I was born in India, then I went to America for my studies, for my college and my masters. And my mom is a teacher, now a principal in high school like this, public school in India. My dad is a manager in an insurance company, so he sells insurance, but he's in the legal team of the insurance company. Uh, I have a brother. He's younger to me, and he's working as a consultant in Bangalore, in India. Like China, India is a very ancient civilization, and the history of India goes back to 5,000 years, like China. So India and China are very ancient countries, and it'll be better if we can learn from each other and then become more developed, like the Western countries. Yeah, so India is a land of festivals. Like in China, you have many festivals, but not as many as India. We have festivals every month, and we have holidays that you cannot even keep track of. So all of a sudden, I'm from India, and sometimes I feel my mom and dad are at home, and I'm like, why are you at home? Oh, we have a holiday because we are celebrating the birth of this god, and we have millions of gods in India in Hinduism. So, but the most important festival we have is called Diwali, which happens. It depends on the lunar calendar, just like China.
Oh, is it the same lunar calendar?
I think it's the same because it depends on the moon, right?
Yeah.
So the dates of that festival depend on the lunar calendar, and it varies every year. So it falls somewhere in October and November. So in that festival, we celebrate the victory of good over evil, and we eat a lot of food. We get together in families. We light some candles. We burst crackers, and we just have a good time. It's a good festival, but unfortunately, for the last 12 years, I haven't been able to celebrate that festival with my family because I have been living away from India. Yes, the family structure in India and China are very similar. We value our family just like Chinese people value their family. We have a strong connection with the grandfather and grandmother, and like I remember when I was very young, my mom and dad used to work, both of them. So I used to live with my grandparents. We used to come back from school, and my grandma used to cook me food. So families are very important in India, and they become very important, even more important when there's time for some festival. So we get together and eat a lot of food, just like Chinese people. So I'm not very religious, although my mom and dad, they are Hindus, but I really don't practice Hinduism the way they do. So for me, religion doesn't come in between human relationships.
Okay.
Religion is something very personal, and I don't carry it on my sleeves all the time.
Wake up every morning with you in my bed.
Yes, it is common to the younger generation in India who are educated.
Yeah.
But if they are not educated, then they are very religious. And nowadays in India, we are seeing an upsurge of extreme Hinduism. So that's something which I'm not proud about. But as long as we can fix our education system in India, we can overcome these bottlenecks in terms of religion and caste and this differentiating factors that divide people. That's a good question. In my opinion, there should be a balance. Everything should happen in moderation. Your personal things as well as societal things. So in society, extreme religion is bad, and no religion is bad. So I understand in China there's a lack of morality, there's lack of religion. So that's not also good. But in India there's sometimes there's an extreme religion and beliefs and faith. That's also not good. So there has to be a balance. Something which we need to work on. Right. It's not something weird. It's not something very superstitious. It is something that my religion is the best and your religion is not the best. So I'll start looking down on you. For example, in India, 82 to 84% of people are Hindus. 13% are Muslims. 2% are Christians. Right. So it's a very diverse society. But sometimes, since the majority are Hindus, they start believing that their religion should dominate. So it's about holding on to your identity in some way, that we are superior than all other religions. But for me, religion is just part of human being. You want to be superior, you should do hard work and you should move up in life, rather than feeling that I was born in this religion, I'm in majority in India, so I should feel superior. That's like you're hiding your incompetence. So that's something which I don't believe in. And if you educate people the right way, they will also start not believing in getting their religion to define who they are. There is not one stereotype which I want to correct, but
Like maybe general?
yeah, when you see a country as big as India and China, if you encounter one person or 10 people or 100 people, they are doing one thing in one way, that doesn't mean 1.25 billion people are doing the same thing.
Yeah, of course.
So if you go to New Delhi and somebody is scamming you for anything, that doesn't mean that every Indian is a scammer. So when you're dealing with large countries, don't generalize, don't make it stereotype what you encounter in certain part of the country. So that's all I want to say, that go there and then don't put, okay, because this is India, that's why it's happening. Be open and accept what you get, but don't make it a stereotype. That's all.